Hi friends, welcome to my new video on panel discussion that took place today as a part of News Art Fest that was curated by Sri Manvinder Davar, Sri Lakshman Ele and Sri Bolgam Nagesh Gaud Garu at State Gallery of Art. I could give only part of the discussion. Thank you.
Unique proposition of having an art camp which is not there in any other country. Only India has it. See, I think it was sometimes in 60s, if I'm not mistaken, this painter called G.R. Santosh, who was a Tantric painter, decided that artists should get together, spend some time together, eat and cook and work together. So he had organized what he was called a camp in Kashmir. Obviously Kashmir is a beautiful place, so he and his friends went there. I believe they almost stayed there for a month. There was no such thing as 5-star hotel facilities, flight, whatever they could afford were given, and people spent a month in each other's company, knowing each other. In the times we live now, we probably know everything about the other person, so there's nothing much to know. And it's my personal opinion that when we go to other places, for the camp, whether it's abroad or India, the general tendency is every artist takes his or her baggage with them. Your concerns, your biases, everything which is part of your personality is taken along with you. And nobody discards them because you see the new place. Or when you come back, I don't think a country or a place really changes the way you think. I have not seen. Yes, it's a nice pleasure trip. We can all laugh about, we have a good time, and that's it. So I am a bit skeptical now about the whole idea of a camp. I think the format has to be changed, and there ought to be something else where perhaps it's more than mere spending 1 week together and eating and drinking. It has to be something more, and that I'm afraid is what it's all about.
Maybe our art fairs also very important role, and I think art fairs in India also, what we're doing, the Biennale in Cochin and the art fair we have in Delhi and the Mumbai, and of course now what we're doing here in Telangana, Hyderabad. I think it's a way forward for Indian artists. And internationally, of course, it's very established and very renowned. So I guess we are also going there. And
how should I? Advantages. I've known students who have gone, seen the work there, and come back, which is very important. They should come back and question what they are doing. That sense of inquiry. Why are we doing here? But what happens when they come back and question, how many teachers are going to accept it? You think you have the status quo? We have this whole hierarchy of things in our country, which is fine. I mean, I suppose we all have to do that. Yes, very advantageous for kids to go and see art fairs. You see suddenly how people are looking at the world in the rest of the world. Yours is not the only viewpoint. There are other ways of looking at the world, other ways of doing things, which is a wonderful way to discover the world and the beauty of art. And if that moves you, I think it's a very wonderful occasion. Here, Hyderabad, I believe, is the most livable city in the country. So I was told. Wonderful. Wonderful. But when people talk, people talk of Baroda suddenly. They wax about Baroda. In Baroda this happens, Baroda that happens, and a lot of people get difficulty why people keep talking about Baroda. A small city like that has not the state, but the private sector stepping in, opening up avenues for students, studio facilities, a free room to work, and a small stipend goes a long way in encouraging a student, which any business person can do. But they will not. That's what I'm trying to say. Baroda has great studios, road has other things.
So apart from the art school, you mean? Because
Apart from the art school, I think
just because of the art.
I think when you're talking of art collectors that are buyers, it's time they step in. Some kind of intervention.
Yeah,
You can
find somebody.
because after all, you're doing it for yourself. Tomorrow, if you want to collect, you want to nurture some good talent. Don't expect anything from this thing. I would say that, honestly.
We will reach this, we should.
Yeah, I have been listening all of you. But I really feel that art fest and art festivals are very important. One way, that in society everybody says you are an artist, you are a different person. Like you belong to a different person. They always think that you think differently, their work is different, you can't understand. And when you have these art fairs, you see the people are buying ticket and going to the show. Otherwise, if you have a show, nobody will come except your friends and the character of the gallery people. Frankly. But this art fair is so important that it is like a mela. But everybody is going and enjoying different art. And certainly young people are also getting chance. Other people. The only problem is here that the gallery people are only promoting their art. Like if you go to art festival, and if you see 10 pavilions, you will find common work in every state. Why? Maybe economics or something, because it sells. That is the idea. But otherwise also,
What I was asking, are they showing others apart from the saleable ones?
yeah, but now they are showing. I feel from last 3-4 years, things are really improving. They are giving chances to young artists, and it's going to improve. And it is going to play a great role in society also. Like, going to another exhibition, nobody will go like this. But festival, they go, they have a fantastic program, apart from the exhibition, then eating joints, and the library is there, a lot of things you can read. I am sure it is really playing a great role. I don't think, we should not think negative, it is a very good.
I think Ramesh raised this point already, but we need patronage. So what is the role of collectors? You're saying collectors, apart from just buying, they need to nurture art.
Yes.
Like if they find somebody young and talented, he needs to give them the opportunity before he makes it. Like she was saying, we don't know what to do after we graduate. Okay.
I think Papsi is the right person to answer this
No,
question.
sir.
But a few suggestions.
After hearing your point of view, she
A few more places where a young student can actually continue his work practice after he passes. May not be anything fancy. One space is good enough for somebody to come and paint or do
No, but they also need mentors. I think Lakshma does this in a big way. Yeah, we
You
need
cannot depend for the city of Hyderabad size, for the country of India size. One Lakshma is not sufficient.
No, I'm just saying.
No, what we need is more people. But as the
Ramesh, you should do this more now.
Come and disagree with
No, you're making us think and talk. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the most important
Yeah,
point
yeah.
here. We're having a serious discussion
Discussion
about
about-
how to make it better.
Yes, and I'm not being negative about it.
Absolutely.
No,
I would like to set a point. I wish more people would step out, and I'm sure they can afford it.
Yeah.
But where small spaces, you may have a structured thing where they're selected. You can be part of the thing where according to their talent or whatever they have, they're selected. Say a year scholarship, and then they're given a show. See, you have given them the initial push.
Who is to give you a shot?
What the hell is here, man? Once you have this facility in place, they start visiting.
They start taking.
You don't have to always go outside the day to see you there here and you're back. You're back. Yeah.
State gallery is a very good forum because they give it really inexpensive.
Yes. Yes. So I think this, and then when you're talking of studio spaces, there's also a question of community working something, which is very beneficial. It's not just one student getting one. A group of people getting studio spaces.
Like the Gandhi,
interacting.
Koravan,
Gandhi,
yeah.
Gandhi, Cholamandalam.
Cholamandalam.
But that was years ago.
Yeah, but still.
I think right now the best facility which I think is the space studios. Yeah. I think 10 students are given a grant. They're there for 2 months or 3 months. and they all work together, and then they show them. So people come. That's one thing. The second thing, make it a habit to let people come and see shows, not just parents and friends. But if we can get more people to come and have a look.
But how? Unless we get Shah Rukh Khan.
You
We
don't
come because Ramesh is showing.
No, you don't come because Ramesh is shouting here, but
Not shouting.
uh,
How do we get the crowd to come?
somebody has to bell the cat. There has to be an initial thing.
So I'm happy to write about it in the media. Say, come and see this.
Certainly.
Yeah. So we do.
See, Baroda, it never happened overnight. Delhi, it never happened overnight.
To create a movement.
You have to create a movement. There could be initial hiccups. But 40 years back, I was in Hyderabad.
Filmmaking studio which was working, like it was there for 2 years if I'm not wrong, but they shut for so many different reasons. But there was a working filmmaking studio space where Lakshma sir had come every day, and there were Nagesh Gaur uncle, my father, and other filmmaking enthusiasts who worked along with the other art students. So there was a community that developed. After a period, I don't know, for some reason it got dissolved because for different reasons I don't want to talk about. But later Lakshma sir has also developed another filmmaking studio where he encourages the art students who are very serious about doing filmmaking. So this opportunity does not go to everybody, but somebody who's really interested and who also is giving them 100% in art. But along with that, to add on to that, there are really some small working spaces in Hyderabad which I don't want them to get dissolved. Like for example, my friend, my classmate, Ranga, who also opened a new sculpture studio, I think he would be more than willing to share the studio space with other
People know about this?
Yeah, I think he's slowly going to spread, but I think Shivaramachari, the lead artist, he also had a working studio space where he gave opportunity to art students and other sculptors who were budding. Like they went and worked in his studio space. So there are the studio spaces in Hyderabad. It's not that they are nowhere there. They are there, but I think you need to work for that. Like the students who are really willing to mark their place at some point need to put in a lot of energy to be there. So I think that is very important. And to go back to patronage, sorry, I didn't get your question.
I was going
To
to work with them. Yeah, over the
you take
years.
him over there. The journey is not with just the artist. It's the artist and the gallery together till he kind of realizes or it culminates in some kind of thing. Unfortunately, in our country, we are like, I will not use the word pet hopping, but I will use the word gallery hopping. While is giving more money, let's go to that gallery, this gallery. But if the galleries are like that, you see, there ought to be some kind of understanding between the galleries. Where
We need people like Danibai and
these are issues which have to be addressed in the longer run. And then you will have your art patronage, you have your art fairs, and you have brilliant artists coming out, all that. You can't just wish and say, you wish there was this happened. They remain
It won't happen,
it
yes.
won't happen. They remain beyond.
I guess it's work in progress. So we'll all get there. I think, we're being very positive on that.
Do you tend to follow an artist? I mean, how do you collect? Have you studied art? Not art studied like that, but do you follow a particular artist? And have you collected because you like?
See, it's a very personal question, I would say, because each person has a liking towards certain, you could call it techniques or a certain way of doing it, or a personal styling you call, you can name it any which way. But art collection is basically a journey. I think I bought my first art when I was about 17, 18 years old for 150 rupees in Bangalore. Because I liked it. It was on a road platform that they were selling it like a Sunday market. It was watercolors, I still have it. So that was my first art. I didn't know anything about it. It looked beautiful. The artist told me it was made of watercolors. It's beautiful. So that was the interest I had because I got to see it. So exposure for people towards art is the most important thing for them to buy or for them to dream to buy. See, we always want to own a house. Once you get a job, you talk about getting a car and getting a apartment. So the journey if you are exposed to it, you will want to have it. So I feel exposure is very important. For me, I think the first exposure I had in college about art was the most important journey in my life. And buying art personally, for me, is a passion. If I have to buy jewelry or art, I would buy art. For me, that's what I would put my money on, art, because I love it. No, it's a journey. I've learned. So I know, I travel, I see. I've seen art, I've seen. No, for me, it's, see, that's, if I'm just buying art just for the sake of it, yes, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
But for me, art, as I said, from 35 years I've been buying art, from 150, what I said. So it's a journey that I've learned, and I guess each one has a particular liking towards certain styling or technique or, there's so many different things. So it's very personal. Art collection is very personal thing.
Yeah, you're right. Because we have to first like art. Secondly, most of the people who have got sick money or whatever, they have to find someone who suggests them that you buy A, B, C, D. And finally, after they have it has become a personal issue also. That I got these names, I got these names. Then that becomes a very important part of their family or their decor or their things. But you have to really like art. How you like? You have to go to the gallery, you have to go to the festival like this, which is going to be important. This is what happening in India now. Everywhere in Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi, Bombay, these kind of festivals are happening. So it is going to help, I think. And most of the people who does not go to the gallery, and if they go for a Sunday with the family, they see 5, 6, 100 hours, and they certainly like something, and they buy. The money is not the criteria. There are only things that they should like. Previously, what I'm saying that people used to suggest you buy this, and they have to understand because you are a person who writes for art, the gallery people are there. So, but these festivals are really helping them. Yeah. I think it is important. That's why people should go, artists should go, Indian people should go.
Everybody here has spoken of exposure. I mean, especially I think it's very important for the young people. But how do we do it? Because people ask me what's the difference between a print and a painting. Why should I invest a few lakhs in a Ramesh painting when I get a print? Or I had a show of functional art. So they said when we can buy a chair for like whatever, 5,000, 10,000, why should I pay this much? So I had to tell them this is by a contemporary artist. They're not able to realize the value. So how do we expose people to art?
A lot of people, youngsters call me up or they come home saying, I've made a house, I want to buy art. Akka, will you help me? This is a standard thing I get. So the first thing I say, or they ask me, as you said, suggest some names. This is my budget. So I always tell them, it's not about just me suggesting.
It doesn't know Parvati.
No, it's not about, that's right. No, that's fine. But it's not about you just going and picking up because somebody suggests art. I always tell them, go visit galleries, go to art shows, art festivals. Don't buy them just like that. It's a journey. At least a year you give, you see them, go back, see them. So what I try to do personally is getting them involved in the journey of buying art. So it's not that you just pick one and put it.
Here we've been talking that we want to do a big show and things like that in Hyderabad, and never materialized. But we've always
Why Hyderabad, Manvinder?
I don't know. I just wanted to create a new market or create awareness in Hyderabad, because I've seen a lot of people from Hyderabad buying art. But they don't come so much to the galleries here, but they come to Bombay or Delhi and stuff like that and buying. So creating an art market in Hyderabad itself where they start visiting their own galleries and start seeing art will make the artists from different cities come to their galleries, and that will actually create more buyers, more awareness. So we've been wanting to create awareness, and since last 1.5 years we've been planning this show. So first we were thinking about 100 artists, and we thought that would be a big number. Then we finally about 240 artists that we brought under this one place, and we decided we should do an art camp because get to meet some artists and talk to them and see them working, interact with other artists. It's beneficial to us as well as other people.
Basically, like we are still saying about space, like where we can approach like still there is some kind of resistance like to approach the artist of space. And also I was like expecting something like more than space, like any programs, any kind of residencies, like Chipasudhakar sir has some residencies or he always offers space to us, but still there is kind of hesitation. But instead we can get opportunities like more of like kind of other, where we can get kind of thing. Because we feel mostly lot of students were getting graded after the masters or bachelors.
Because see, most of the artists, famous artists, they were all working either Weaver Service Center or College of Arts. Okay, so there is a regular income. There is no problem of money, So now what happened, present generation, they expect immediate money. Even I was working till I was 51 years old. I was a graphic designer. So this is very, very important to work. We have to buy the material at least, whatever this one. So they are very comfortable, the College of Arts, the so-called, Alfonso, whoever, either Weaver Service Center, they are working with a high salary, College of Arts. Many, if you see, if you take Indian artists, many of them, there are some exceptional, like Emma Hussain, others all, they were working. To continuously they work, income is there, they work, and they become famous, whatever it is. But it is a struggle. It is not that so easy. And nobody will come and invite you, your work is good, come, pay you like that. It is not happening. So, in my this one, what happened when I moved from designer to painter, collage is my medium, and it was a big struggle. Before, initially, nobody knows me, they know my work. Because when the gallery displayed, inauguration or whatever, where is Supra? Where this work is? Because as she said, no, I'm afraid, to go in front of them and then ask so many questions like that. One started selling, then the gallery said that Supra, please come for inauguration. The one more thing I find, they will come, they will give the card or they will take the phone number. I will come to your house. I want to buy your work like that. This is again I am I am not honest with the gallery. So many things are there, and they want to sell immediately with the big money. This is also another thing. So it comes slowly. They have to work. They have to concentrate. As Priyanka told, we have to focus very clear. There should be a clarity. What we are doing, any medium, there should be a clarity what for we are doing, whether we are enjoying the work or we are seeing somebody's work and making something. So this is the thing, and don't expect big money immediately. This is what, So we are all here to help. Now, after selling so many, continuously, we started a Surya Art Foundation, my daughter name, and we put a big amount as a fixed deposit. We are buying art from this one and giving award, printing catalog and these organizing shows, all this, from my selling my painting. So this comes, this follows, So this is what I have to. One thing is for the younger generation, they should not expect big money. Nobody will come, you are good work, you take this and like that, nobody will tell. We have to try a lot. And you can do any work to get money, other than the art, any work you do. One Saravan, he is a postman in Pondicherry, and he is a very big painter. He is in service, postman, he is. So he is very proud to be a postman and painter like that.
Fantastic. It's fantastic actually. Very positive and fantastic. And to add to that, I would like to say for all the students or upcoming artists, it's never easy. Anything in creative world, you talk about singers, you talk about actors, anything that is creative has to take time. I guess sometimes you need to struggle, but then I'm sure it's going to be a good journey. So don't give up and keep it going. Be hopeful that you will arrive one day. It might take time, but you will.
Thanks all students and the entire system or regulative system in the art market. What we can assume is there is a lack of understanding between gallery and academics. So there is no consultancy between. I was keep on telling these things to lot of students and gallerists. Then also we included one course called professional development, how to write reports, how to apply for the galleries, what kind of methods we follow to showcase our work to the gallery. But there is one system is lacking, that is art consultancy. We never focused on that. In the name of curators, we are only doing, we are putting up shows and bringing artists to a platform. But there is a small connection we are missing, and that is not understood by any of the art institutions. There is no course for that consultancy. What we can do is, as a gallerist or the big collector or any organization or any residency like Chipos residency, so they can assign that work of communication between the founder funding and the academics. There is no system. So if we improve that system, there will be big help for the students who are hesitating to talk to the organizations, or the students who are hesitating to expose their new opportunities or showing their works. So I think this is missing. That's why we started this course called professional development, and also we also introduced small electives in the name of critical writing, art appreciation, so that we can push them, and also we are sending them to the galleries. And some of my students are working in galleries, even such, Sristi and Kalakriti and all these. So finally, they are coming back and acting as a conduit between the gallery and the art academics.
So
And some of them are also became part of Kochi Biennale, right? Through them, our students are going. So I think Moti Mahesh was insisting that. So whether we have any organizations like that or art residencies which push the
I just
artists
want to understand your question, sir. So you're talking about art consultation for the students to understand the trends, or what is the question?
No, it's not like that.
What is it?
See, how do we assess the artist, growing the artist in the academics? So you mentioned that you need 1 or 2 years to watch the artist whether he is growing in right path or wrong. And we also very, very subjective in that, because our taste, our ideas about that certain kind of art cannot decide what constitutes art, right?
Yes.
So we need an expert for that. So I'm not blaming anybody here.
Yes.
We need an expert who can understand styles, who can understand new developments in the art practice, and also very, very regional specific. In one region, one kind of art goes. The other region, probably because of regional histories, other kind of art develops. You cannot just compare that. We cannot produce Atul Dodias, right? Because our topography or our identity or our cultural identity may push them to one level.
Yeah.
We need to respect that.
Thank you. I think we are running out of time. One more question and then we'll wind up. Thank you so much for your point of view.
No, I'm sorry if I bothered anybody, because this is my concern.
It's not possible to find the opportunity. Why not create it? Why not create it? Because we are, as of today, more than capable of doing exactly that. We have more than enough knowledge to create it. And we have more than enough power in ourselves and in this community to find that. Is what I wanted to address it with, because it's very easy for us to lose ourselves. Don't lose your community. You have that, you use it. Because for me as well, as an individual, I was not supported by anybody. I had no roots. I have nobody else to say that, oh, I have support, or I had even parents telling me that that's what you need to do. It's very difficult for all of us. But for that matter, I started an archive for South Indian artists just so that they would get a platform. There's no way that I could have gotten payment for it.
Do you want to introduce yourself? What do you do?
I'm so sorry. I'm Moksha. I'm an artist and I come from Bangalore. And I also worked as an art agent, an illustrator, as a writer, as an art historian. So I have assumed many roles. So it comes from that much experience that I realized that if we cannot initiate the action, it is not going to happen. And you have that power. You're young. You have the power to think much bigger than yourselves. So do it.
Yeah, right? What I'm saying. Yeah. Finance, the thinking like and talking related to finance actually. And what I'm saying is we need awareness about the art and value of art.
I know most of all the artists here. Firstly, I would like to congratulate RamaniMylavarapu and team for a wonderful, fabulous art camp. I belong to this place. I'm an artist also, but then I'm settled in Bangalore. I have an art gallery, Revs. I think most of you are all connected on various art camps and art shows. So with the conversations going on here, I would also like to understand and from the artist point of view, how can a gallery, like what Anand Garu has conveyed rightly, there should be a conduct where different kinds of artists and the styles could be suggested to the galleries, because as gallery in Bangalore, I would be more than willing to support and help Telangana Andhra artists here. So it would be nice to have some sort of connection with the universities where they can suggest us the young, refer to us the young styles and other artists and sculptures or different mediums. So when we have some commercial projects, we know, okay, this is the place like we can get the arts. So very recently we are doing this project for Cochin International Airport. So business terminal we had done, and there were like requirement of 140 paintings and 10 sculptures, big sculptures. I had picked up a few sculptures from our couple of our artists from Hyderabad also. But when I'm looking out for these 140 artworks, it's like we are looking out for somebody who's like very young or establishing artists whose works we can propose. So something like this, if we have some kind of a database where artists, art galleries can look into the artist's works, that would be really wonderful. Because sitting at some other place, for us to get an idea of what is the kind of work happening in the universities or upcoming artists, we would have no knowledge. So it would be a great help if some kind of a database is available for the galleries to look into and pick up the works or put up the shows or have some kind of promotional events organized. Even so, in that case, that we need a database where we can actually quickly look into, and then we are able to, kind of select the works or suggest something. And
I think that's a very difficult question to answer, because to have a database, because you don't know which artist is important and why, because everybody has a personal way of looking at which artist is important and why is it important, right? But any which means, thank you everybody. That was a beautiful session.
Vedika is dedicated to promote art and art events in Hyderabad. If you like the video, like it, share it and subscribe it. All art lovers are welcome to this show. Thank you very much.